Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're flying a Aviat Husky A-1B. Yep, so today we thought it'd be cool. This Husky used to be a regular Husky, not on floats. Connor and I flew it up to Whip Air in Minnesota and had Whip Air floats put on it, Whip Line floats. So yeah, now she's a flying, floating shopping cart. Yep, flies like a boat, drives like a shopping cart. Worst of both worlds. So we're going to take her over to the Kentucky Lake, which is right next to our home at KUCY, and set her down in the lake a few times. So the camera out on the wing, which it can see me right now, hello. This plane sits up really high, and I didn't even think about it, about how we would turn it on without a ladder or something. So I tried jumping and then hanging on the strut, and I finally got it turned on, but I couldn't actually make it start recording, so Connor had to boost me up. It was very goofy.
Yeah, I wish we had a GoPro recording that interaction, because it was pretty humorous to see.
I have like zero idea of any of the methodology for landing on water.
It's generally the same. So it's like a soft build almost. Let you leave a little bit of power in at the end. So we'll stay at probably 15 inches of manifold pressure. And actually, maybe not. We may cut it back a little bit more than that. We'll feel what the airplane likes. And you do your transition, but before you get to nose above the horizon, or I guess stable rate of climb, you still leave it at about 400, 500 foot per minute descent rate. You just kind of arrest the descent with that first initial transition.
Yeah.
And then let it touch the water nice and gentle, and then you go full power back and finish the landing.
Gotcha.
Stick back in the lap. It's pretty easy. So you see on this right side of the bank, on all these islands and stuff, there's calmer portions of the water. That means the wind is hitting the trees and it can't dive right over the side of the trees, so you get these calmer spots. Opposed to the left sides of the banks where we're looking
down, like a 146, another one's turning left base for 10.
to find a pretty obvious one. I guess against all this shoreline over here, or that shoreline over there, it's still rough and a little choppier. So that means that the wind is continuing all the way to the trees. So that's one of the initial ways to see smoke direction, or wind direction. Another way, which I was just about to mention, was smoke flags. Any of the, those wind devices. If you can have a windsock out here, then that'd be fine, but it's a little harder.
The moral of the story is we need a lot more people to start smoking.
Yeah.
That way we have better nav aids.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we'll go out here in the middle. It doesn't look too rough right now. Gotta watch this guy. We'll cut over here a little bit left. Stay out of his way. We'll land beyond this guy. Gears up for water landing. Props pull forward.
Gear up for water landing.
Yep. We'll go 30 degrees of flaps. Give this guy a show. Shoot for 65 on the airspeed.
I wonder if he even notices.
Oh, no, he doesn't even see us. Now he sees us. Alright, eyes are outside. Checking visually, no obstacles. We'll get down here about right here. We'll just do that gentle flare.
Wow.
It's nice and smooth, unlike Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we go full power back, stick full back in our laps till it settles right there, and we are on the water nice and smooth. Put our flaps down, or up rather.
That's amazing.
And now we are a boat.
We're a boat.
And it took about 100 feet, 200 feet in the water, nice and quick and easy.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah. We want to keep the back pressure the entire time, so with a certain amount of wind, it's a little bit harder to turn these things. We're going to try it. We want to do it at idle power, and we're just going to give it full left rudder without water rudders. So this is Minimal steering possibilities. So the wind is hitting the right side of our tail right now and really trying to wind vane us. And you see right there, even with the left rudder, it's not going to do anything. So what we can do is just exaggerate it. Try this way, and we built up some momentum coming around to the left. So now we're seeing if it'll go around to the right, and it may not. It's just not the day, so a little too much wind for it to turn without water rudders. So we're going to go ahead and put the water rudders down. We have no brakes in this thing. Also, not too much of an issue. Got some wake, thanks dude, appreciate it. So we'll cut over here to the left, and you can see already with water rudders, it's way easier to steer this thing.
Sure is.
So it can make it around now because we've got some forward speed. It's hitting the water rudders. Well, I'm going to angle into this wake just so it doesn't affect us that much. Once we clear that, we can continue forward. We'll just back taxi here for a little bit, or downwind taxi.
There's the wake.
Yep, there's the wake. Feels nothing. All good. This isn't for instructional purposes, I will say.
Nope.
But docking and sailing the aircraft, there's a bunch of different ways to maneuver in water that just increase your chances of docking safely and slowly. And slow is always good on the docking procedures.
So do you, this is something that I've seen in a bunch of videos, especially like people like flying otters and stuff like that. They'll go to one magneto.
Yep, exactly, yeah, and it's a way to slow down to an even slower speed. You know, I'm at idle right now, so if we were going forward, there wasn't much wind. I'm sure we don't have much forward speed today, but there wasn't much wind. And then it's a way to have even less power thrusting you forward.
That's awesome.
And slow it down even more.
That's pretty smart.
And you can put flaps down to slow down even more because it's more drag. The wind will be hitting you, if there is any wind, will be hitting you and pushing you backwards. It's another thing that's pretty cool in these things is you can sail these, so if you get into a tight spot and there's either no room to turn around or the wind is too strong for you to turn around even with water rudders, or if you don't have water rudders, then you can sail these backwards by putting the flaps down and using your rudder to steer you backwards, and you're just sailing backwards. Essentially the flaps are the sail.
Gotcha. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, we're going to take this bad boy off.
This is awesome. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't even feel like we're in a plane.
Yep, so to take off, it's pretty simple. We go full power. And we're going to wait for 2 rises, which I'll kind of talk through it as we do it. So full power, you can close that window. There's 1 rise, 2 rises, and then the airplane wants to get on the step. So we just release the back pressure. We're not pushing forward. And then it's on the step, and it's kind of a nice spot of stability, and it wants to stay there. And then we'll build speed slowly, and we kind of play with the angle of attack. We can lift the float to get even less drag. And it pulls off pretty quick, especially in this airplane, because it's got a nice power to weight ratio for these seaplanes. It's not like a J3 or anything like that. So then we can pull our power back, we'll circle around here.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, and it gets off the water really quick, surprisingly. Obviously, there are more practical places to live and use one of these things as a mission aircraft, but wherever you can use it is a pretty fun experience.
So how far do you think that was? That way, I can see our wake.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to film our wake so we can see it real quick. But yeah.
Yep, so you got some right there.
Yeah, how far do you think that takeoff roll was? Takeoff swim?
Maybe 500 feet.
That's amazing.
Yeah, pretty good platform for seaplane flying.
Want to do one more somewhere else?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this looks like a pretty good place. So this bank is oriented pretty close to end of the wind. It's like 10 degrees off. We can land right down the bank. So what we're doing right here is going to check out the area next to the bank and make sure we can't see any rocks, sandbars, branches, anything that could snag a float. It all looks pretty clear, and this lake's nice and deep, so we typically don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Alrighty, we'll set up on a downwind here. Be the last chance to clear the area. Sure we got a nice spot. No boats, obstacles,
Buoys.
wires, buoys. You still have to worry about power lines, naturally. Gear 4 blue for water landing. Visually check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow down to our flat speed.
Ears up. Ears up.
1 notch of flaps. We'll land with 30 again. And we'll just hug this tree line over here to the right. Not too close, but something to give us a visual reference. This is more important on glassy water landings.
Yeah.
Because we have a really good reference, and it's the waves or the wind kicking these waves over.
Gotcha.
So, but if you can't see the water, it's really, really deceiving. Right here, we'll just hold it, do that initial flare, and then touch down nice and smooth. We're a little bit more into the center of the lake, or I mean, we don't have this big tree line in front of us to block all the wind. So you feel the wake a little bit more, but it's still, you know, nothing for this airplane and these loads to handle. Yep, and that is
That's beautiful.
landing. Flaps take off this time. How's the fuel looking? Got plenty of fuel. This is a long-range airplane.
Tons of fuel.
Tons of fuel.
I'll film the floats this time.
Yeah, so this initial phase when we're going to do this takeoff is the most abrasive to the prop. You'll see it kicks up a lot of water while our nose is close to at this
Attitude. Yeah.
And as the nose rises, it'll stop that, and we gain more forward speed, and it's we're coming out of the water with the floats, so it's helping.
Makes
In
sense.
this initial phase, you can see all that water kicking up. So I'll go ahead and add power. We'll do our takeoff. Gear is in the up position. Prop pull forward. Flaps 30 degrees. So right here is one rise. It'll do one more rise right there. And we can start to relax our yoke, or our stick in this case. And now it's just on the step, cruising, gaining airspeed. And we can pull off whenever we want to, right about here. It should lift off really smooth.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And you're kind of just feeling the resistance as you're on the water. If you push the stick forward or pull the stick back and you're on the step, you will feel it. There will be more resistance than that nice smooth area. There's like a happy medium in there. So you're feeling that, and just trying to relax the back pressure enough to get in that zone on the step, and then just let it accelerate. So we got plenty of headwind and plenty of power in this airplane, so it's not too much of an issue, but then after you get on the step, you can do other things like lift the float. I think I mentioned that earlier. And it reduces the drag. So in some more underpowered aircraft like, I don't know, if you put a 150 on floats or something like that, it's going to take longer to get off of the water because of all the drag and the lack of power. So you can just lift that float up, and it accelerates quite a bit faster. Really good technique.
If you enjoy videos like this, it's a little bit different than my typical, long-range flight vlog. But hopefully we do more of, aircraft showcases in the future. So if you want to see those, if you're not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. Also, YouTube wants you to, click a whole other button, which is the bell. Make sure I show up in your notifications. That way when laying down in bed next to your wife, and you get a notification. She's like, "Who's that?" And you're like, "It's Luke." And she's like, "I knew it." And she'll be like, "Oh, this is why I love you." If you like the video, leave a like. And if you dislike it, just go ahead and thumbs it down. Let me know. Just beat me into submission. Negative or positive reinforcement. I respond to both.
I just can't do this anymore, Tom. You're too obsessed with Luke's landing.
You said after you got done with that Oklahoma City video that was way too long, that was it. I can't do this anymore. I'm staying at my parents'. Also, thank you to our sponsors. Not Lightspeed.
Yeah, definitely not Lightspeed.
Which it should be. Look at us. Just look at us. Right? Look how comfortable I seem. I want to say thank you to Full Stop Aviation. Great for all your aircraft needs. They do everything you can possibly need in aviation. You can learn how to fly a plane there. They got flight training. You can get your plane fixed. They got maintenance. You want to sell an airplane? You want to buy an airplane? Your wife's about to leave you because you're watching Luke's landing? Just go ahead. Do other decisions. Buy an airplane. Holler at Full Stop. They'll get you taken care of. You want an Aviat Husky? On floats? I'm sure this one will be up for sale at some point. Not right now, but I'll holler at you. Full Stop raffling a Cessna 150. Buy your ticket now for $500. Only 48,000 tickets available.
Makes me happy is there are boat docks over here, so I'm not too worried that it's about depth. This thing goes down about 12 to 18 inches in the water, so we don't need much water to make it happy. We'll do one pass down this side, and then maybe another pass. Whee!
I like how every house on the lake looks like it's mid-construction.
Oh yeah, no one actually lives on the lake.
Right? I think it's because these houses are just...
Is that a boat? In the water?
It's
like underwater?
I think it's multiple sticks in the shape of a boat. That would look really cool though.
Darn it.
You know, answer this, Connor. Why when I see a broke down car on the side of the road, it looks terrible. But when I see a shipwreck, it looks so beautiful.
I don't know. There's a story behind both. We'll start our descent profile. 15 on the manifold pressure. So we got 4 in the blue. Visual check. 1 gear, 2 gear, 3 gear, 4 gear, and up. Props are full forward. Start coming in with our flaps below 80. Oh yeah.
So many birds.
Yeah, those are the spots you wouldn't want to land. Visually see objects in the water, probably not a good thing. All right, looking great here. Right there's into the wind, so we'll just arrest that descent just a little bit, and then we'll keep it coming down. Nice and easy. We're leveled out. Yeah, I think it can even be slower than that. We still had energy when we touched the water, so it was about 70 to 75. So I could have held it off and held a little more energy off of it.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff.
I want a float plane.
Everybody needs a float plane. All right, let's enjoy it for a minute. Put the water rudders down. Do a nice turn out here to the right, open the door.
Oh yeah.
What's fun about just takeoffs and landings? But I actually enjoy being out on the water. Here's our shallow spots. If you see birds standing in them, it's probably a bit shallow. But you can see our wake too, or like at the clear spot where we landed. You want to steer it on the water some?
Sure.
So what it's like, we'll do it with,
see how we do this.
Let's do without water rudder first, so you know the hardship. It's just not that bad right here. It doesn't seem very windy.
I won't stick back.
Yeah, stick will be back in your lap the entire time. Not the entire time. There are different methods, but...
Are you on the rudders?
Nope.
You're not?
Nope. This is wind vaning. So
Wow.
if you're not doing it, the wind is hitting the tail, and it's turning us like that because we are a wind vane, essentially.
Plane stable turns into the wind.
Yeah. Yep. So it's,
I am like, hard right rudder right now.
Yep. So without the water rudders, it really doesn't do much, especially if there's a decent.
There's left.
Wind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and you like lag.
Yep. Yeah, you're on water, and with the normal rudder, it's just slow. We're at a really slow speed right here, maybe 5-10 knots, and
I can kind of go right. There we go.
Yep. Let's see how far you can take it.
Keep on going right.
You'll get to a point where you got so much surface area of the horizontal, of the vertical showing that
just max it out.
May not spin, but we will see. It may do it. Right about there is horizontal to the wind. Oh,
yeah,
it gave up.
That's about it.
Okay, so point back into the wind. And you could use that momentum to kind of transition into the left turn as well, so it may make it around on the next one, but maybe not. I tried it earlier and it did not.
Yeah, it's already slowing down quite a bit.
Yep. Okay.
And we're getting out here like out of the line of these trees. So.
Oh, you're good. This is all fine.
Water rudder's down now?
And you can't see anything. So now water rudders are down.
Oh my.
And it's just connected to the rudder, so. Let's make a left turn downwind. Way more responsive. They're out there doing their job.
You want me to just turn completely around?
Yeah, sure. We'll do a 360.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and the radius is so much tighter too, so if you don't have any wind, you can totally steer with just your normal rudder, and it works fine. But your radiuses will be nice and wide, and if you throw water rudders in, even on a smooth day, it tightens the radiuses up where you can almost turn on a dime, or turn within a wingspan of the airplane, which is really what you want.
Yeah, this is so cool. So we got right, got left.
Oh yeah.
And we straighten around. Point towards those trees. Point towards that island. This is fun. This is fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this right here is a completely different thing. This is fun. Like just, seaplane op on the, actually being on the water.
Oh yeah.
I can see where this would be a blast, especially like if you went to some lake you never been before. You want to just check stuff out.
Yeah, in the Northwest they can use these to a little more of a full experience, and they can actually have a lifestyle more catered towards seaplanes. They can live on the lakes up there. Same with Minnesota. Minnesota's a very lake-oriented area. They call it the
Land of 1,000 lakes.
Land of 1,000 lakes. Yeah, exactly. So it's more practical up there, and you can have a house near a lake a lot easier, or friends that live on lakes that have docks. And the experience of being up there and docking airplanes and getting good at that stuff would be so satisfying.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll do a right 180 and then point us back into the wind, and then you can get us out of here. So I'll swing her around here. Wow, that's a really tight turn radius.
Yep, about one wingspan is what they say.
About right. There we are.
Perfect.
All right, your controls.
My controls. Okay. Better had a little bit of fun at least.
Yeah, that's fun.
Just doing a couple takeoffs, landings, nothing serious.
Yeah, we're not like rescuing refugees.
Yeah, exactly. That would be serious. Okay, we'll get everything set up for our water takeoff. We got 4 in the blue. Visually check our gear. We got 4 up position for water takeoff.
They are up.
Flaps 30 degrees. Props in, mixtures in. Everything is good to go. So we'll orient right here-ish into the wind. And again, we'll just go full power, hold that stick back. We're looking for 2 rises in the nose. And if you haven't seen that before, all you do is you just look at that front cowling. If you can see it, maybe different back there.
Yeah.
And you'll see it rise initially, and then do another one that gets a little bit higher. And once that happens, you've lifted the floats out of the water enough to get on the step. So that's why we're looking for that and what it's actually doing. Here we go. Pull back, there's 1 rise, 2 rises, and then we'll just release the back pressure. May take a little bit different trim, just depending. And then it's in a happy spot, so if I push forward, I feel resistance. If I pull back, I feel resistance. It just doesn't feel good. So I'm just leaving it right here in the happy spot. We've got plenty of airspeed to get off the water. And then we just, pull it off when it wants it. Kind of looking at airspeeds, but more just feeling the resistance in the water, and if the airplane feels like it wants to fly.
Beautiful. I love it.
All these nice houses and boats. Not sure we got a camera view to see all that stuff, but it is a beautiful. Yeah,
I'm filming on my phone too.
Oh, cool. It is a beautiful lake. Nice, calm one.
I should have like zoomed in on an outhouse or something.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. Just beautiful. Look at that house.
Our power is back to our general cruise, and everything is normal.
Yeah, I just want to go to fly by some boat and be like, hey, we're technically the same. Just freaking VX climb out.
Fly down this right side. There's always better houses on the right side over here. Have you seen the house with the helicopter in the front yard? Or the backyard?
I haven't seen that one.
Over here, there's I think it's an R-44 that they stripped down and made an art piece out of. So if you want to film that,
Gotcha.
It'll be a phone video. It'll be right off our right.
I'll close that just a little bit for the audio.
One of my dad's friends, and so he's got an obsession with helicopters. And every time we fly over the lake, we try to go by his house. And he's usually there. Don't know what he does for work, but so there's some trees in the way. It's just over to the left. You can see the rotor blade.
Yep, I see it.
Maybe we can get over here.
There she be.
There she is. Little art piece.
Very cool.
Robinson R-44.
Very nice houses.
Oh yeah. That's a good little strip. Start heading back, I suppose. Had our fun on the water. Yep, time for lunch is what it is.
It is. Let's get back, some lunch. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you to Connor. Connor was my flight instructor, my single engine landing instructor. If you enjoyed the videos, make sure you give it a like. If you disliked it, make sure you just click the dislike button twice. That's the only way it works. Also, make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of these videos in the future. We'll do a lot more of these plane showcases because, oddly enough, we have access to a lot of really cool and exotic planes. Sometimes very rare planes. Anyway, have a good one.
If only could make a deal with God.